hello to all my friends. I would like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your mid-month update for January of 2022. Today I'm using every single tarot deck I have and every single angel oracle card deck. That's going to allow us to do a very, very fast speed reading here for the middle of the month for all of the signs. You can see them all laid out here. There's 4 tarot decks and 2 angel oracle card decks. We're going to be shifting right through there. So they're already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us a bunch of time so we can just get right into it. Let's do that right now. Let's get started. First sign up is Aries. Just have to do the ritual cuts and we're underway. So this deck is going to be Aries, Capricorn, and Scorpio. Cut it in thirds, put it back together in a separate order. Same with the angel oracle card deck. And then they're ready to go. So here we go for Aries, middle of the month. Let's see what you guys got going on here. Okay, two sevens, first of all. I don't know if the number 7 is relevant or the energy of these cards, but we have a double 7, 77, or, like I said, sevens. First thing that comes up is the air of theft, loss, or deceit around you. It doesn't sound like a good thing, and it's not usually, but it is coming in to warn you, hopefully to avoid this. This is a good time right here in the middle of the month to lock up, make sure your house is locked, make sure your car is locked. Don't leave valuables unattended out in the open. This can also be about loss. So being forgetful in the middle of the month, very good opportunity to lose something, unfortunately. Hopefully by us bringing this up, they can get you to avoid that, because if you lose something, for example, that's just like somebody stealing it from you. Let's say you leave a purse in a park or in a restaurant or something like that, and it's just, it's not like somebody actually stole it from you, but if you lose it, it's the same thing. You don't have it. So that's really what that's about. It can also be about being around deceitful people. So be a little cautious about that this middle of the month. Be careful who you trust, for sure. The second card that comes in here is showing that there's really only one solution right here. I don't know if a lot of you, in what regards they're referring to here, if this is specifically about the theft loss thing or if this is just in general. This could be a separate message, I'm not sure. But they're showing that there is not a lot of choices here. So I don't know if a lot of you feel like whatever is going on with my Aries right now, if you feel like there's a lot of options, Spirit is saying right now you just really have one. It's really all about kind of one choice, one path right now. They don't want you to get too scattered with it. They really want you to focus on one thing right here in the middle of the month. So that's what we have for Aries. Now let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn is next. Okay, so for Capricorn, first thing they want to talk about here is social health and social emotional health. Very important here for my Capricorns here in the middle of the month. This comes in checking in pretty good, but it's a reminder that it needs to stay good. So this could be for example, usually if it's unbalanced, this is the other ends of the spectrum, such as, drinking too much or going out too much, doing too much fun in social activities. Whereas the other end of that spectrum would be not doing enough of that, kind of staying at home, being a hermit, not going out and having fun. So they want you to find that balance in between the two. And it's checking in good, like I said. So it doesn't show any kind of problems there, but they want that to continue because we have blocked money next. That just means that money right now is either coming later, or it's on a backup, or it's on some kind of delay, as what happens when big money comes in blocked. This is the King of Pentacles. I did give them the opportunity to say if this was a male that we're talking about here, and they did not. So this is a broader definition, and we're using the energetic definition of the card, which basically means big money. Big money is good, but it's turned around, so it's blocked. So there is no big money right now in the middle of the month. So it's also important to remember if you're a Capricorn expecting money, it's probably not going to come right now. Hopefully this breaks later, but right now they're letting you know that this is going to be hung up a little bit here. Finally, they show the Ten of Swords. This is being extremely tied down to something. It could be someone, it could be a situation or circumstance or what, but they are showing extreme confinement here, being tied down to something. I'm not sure, specifically what it is for you, because there's a lot of Capricorns tuning in here, and I can't ask, a specific question to a specific one of you to get an answer for this, because it's going to be different for everybody. And but the main energy of what they want you to attach here to is that it's a really confining time here this middle of the month. So I don't know if it's what exactly it is for you, but hopefully I've given you enough hints here at what they're kind of referring at for you so that it triggers some kind of positive thought or a way for you to go about this right here in the middle of the month. So there we go for Capricorn. Next up is Scorpio. Scorpio is next. All right, Scorpio. Big theme for Scorpios. We're going to need an extra angel card here. Also a discard because we have some blockages. They want it read that way intentionally, so that's on purpose. Let's see why. Okay, Scorpio, they're showing, for some of you, they do bring up a car, vehicle, or transportation. Probably the least, well, no, they're showing it's kind of probably going to be split. So let me just give you both since it's a general reading. The first on the forefront, they're saying for Scorpios here, this is very much about a vehicle or transportation. You know, let's say a scooter is your mode of transportation, or the bus. That's what they're referring to here. So that comes in first. Very important here in the middle of the month. What aspect of it? Let's find out. But first, before I do that, let me give you the other definition. If this is not a personal vehicle and transportation, this is really about you guys are putting your energy between two things way too much, and you really need to bring it back into one. That's the energy there. Now let's get into the descriptions of what they're talking about. I have inaction with money here, so it's the advice here. I don't know if this is what's actually going on or if this is the advice, but they don't want money being moved into a car or a vehicle or whatever you're spreading it out between, because let's say it's not a vehicle. Let's say you walk everywhere you go. You live in downtown in the city. This is about the energy of putting money between two things, with the Chariot splitting off. And here they're showing that they want an inaction with that in the middle of the month. So I don't know what that could help you with. Maybe you've been thinking about buying a car, for example, and Spirit here is saying just not right now. Maybe now is not the good time. Maybe something better is going to come up, or some inspiration is going to hit you different, and you're going to be inspired to take this a different route or to buy something that is maybe better for you. The other side of this, they talk about some kind of overcoming sickness here. So whatever they're talking about here, for some of you, has been very much a driver in your own mind. The Nine of Swords, the sword suit is always very mental, very cerebral. So this might not even be a physical sickness. This could very much be, just this whatever is looming here with the car situation or with the energy split situation is very sitting up here, and it's been at the forefront of your mind. It's been on concern of yours, and it's been a priority for you. They do show comfort in my Angel Oracle card. That's letting you know that in your time of need that they're helping you heal here, and also comfort. So you want to do what's comfortable for you here. Let me give you an example. If you're looking at for a vehicle here, let's go back to the vehicle scenario. If you're going to purchase a vehicle, first of all, they're saying not right now, so maybe later in the month, maybe even February. But if that were the case and you're looking at between a sports car and let's say a luxury car, they're saying go with comfort here. Comfort is key for you. That is kind of a weird example, but they want you to do whatever is comfortable for you, whatever is easier for you, and will basically expend less of the energy so that you don't get into this sickness, this head trap that perhaps a lot of you Scorpios have been in, at least here in the middle of the month. So that's what we have there for Scorpio. Now we do need to do a deck change here. This deck is extinguished, so we're moving over here now. And next up is Pisces. Pisces is next for my deck shift. All right, Pisces. Got to do the ritual cuts here. Put it back together in a separate order, and the deck is ready. This deck is for Pisces, Aquarius, and Taurus. But first, Pisces. Pisces, middle of the month. Okay. I do need to do a discard, and they do want it all upright. So let's see why that is. The order needs to stay the same. Very important in tarot. First thing they want to bring up for a lot of Pisces is either the kids, children, very prominent energy for children. Right here in the middle of the month, very major theme. It may not be your own kids. You may be the kid. You may be going to see your parents, stuff like that. But we have generation gap energy coming in. Usually they're talking about younger here, or just a focus on the kids or on the youthful energy here for my Pisces. Now they do show good luck. That is a very good thing to come in. It just means good circumstance. It has nothing to do with really anybody. It's just fortuitous time here right in the middle of the month. Excellent. So they didn't come in and say money message here, but whenever I do see that, good luck is usually good luck all over the place. So, I'm not saying you're going to win the lottery, but can't win if you don't play, right? So we have good luck coming in here middle of the month for Pisces. They also have very fast traveling news. This is news that wasn't here before, coming in very quick. It's the fastest card in the deck. This doesn't tell me if it's good news or bad news. It's just fast, very quick coming in. So it just, for example, could be your best friend calling you and say, hey, I went into labor, 10 days early. Like, can you meet me at the hospital? Here we go. It's just that very fast boom. So that's what really is likely here for the middle of the month for my Pisces. Let's move into Aquarius. Aquarius is next. Aquarius, middle of the month. I do need to do a discard there. They want me to read that block. So Aquarius is coming in blocked. You know, Aquarius, you guys have been quite the doozy of a sign for this year. There is a lot of moving parts for Aquarius. This goes back to my to the quadrants video. This goes back to the actual reading itself. Aquarius is very difficult to read right now. I don't know why that is. Probably a lot of just different moving parts. So many Aquariuses doing a lot of different things. It's hard for Spirit to kind of get this together. The best I can do is these two cards right here coming in blocked. That's letting me know to tread a little bit lighter with it. For some of you Aquariuses, the middle of the month here presents an opportunity for a lot of you are having a return from the past here going on. This could be you. This could be somebody else returning into your life from your past. Very, very prominent there. So somebody popping back in your life from before. I don't know if that's like a lover thing. I don't know if that's a friend thing or what, but it could also be a good time for you to reach out. If there's somebody that, you know, a good close friend of yours that you haven't talked to for a while, this middle of the month would probably be a good time to do that, because we have blocked home here. So this is the home environment, or perhaps even money with the home that's coming in blocked right now. It's letting you know that this is just, it needs to be opened up here in some form. And what the context of that is going to be for everybody is going to be different. That's why Spirit kind of let me know for this set here for Aquarius that we're doing to, you know, just take this a little lighter. You know, Aquarius is really going to have to contextualize this for themselves instead of me telling you what this is about. This is just a very, very major, important time for my Aquariuses, and it's just so different that they just want me to be a little light with it. So that's what we have. So we have a return of a friend, and we have blocked home. So whatever it is that you need to do with your own home environment, that's what I would focus on right now, right here in the middle of the month. Next up is Taurus. Taurus is next. Here we go. Okay, Taurus. Taurus is, the first thing they want to talk about for Taurus is an inaction in your love corner. Could be with a lover, could be with a family member or a close friend. All that falls into your love corner. It's a very, very broad corner in your life. It's showing inaction. So I don't know if a lot of you are just taking it slow right now with your love corner, or the people I mentioned, or if that's the advice. It could be both. If you're already doing that, it's perfect. That's what they're saying right now in the middle of the month is important for you guys. I wouldn't do anything drastic right now. For whatever reason, there's something new coming in right behind here, and they want in action right now, because this is going to change. Right behind that, I have the Ace of Pentacles. This is something brand new. I've seen this come up when people buy a house, buy something new, usually a physical thing that they buy new, or just, you know, it can also represent health, but it's a less common definition. It can be new money as well. So it's something very good. It's almost always good. If it was something negative, they would give me much different energy of these cards. But for right now, your love corner needs to be in action with the money, or with what I'm referring to. Whatever the context of what's going on in your life specifically is going to be huge here towards understanding this message. But like I said, this is going to break at some point, and you're going to move forward in a very positive way with this new money, or this new whatever it is, fill in the blank, whatever they're showing here. It's coming in. It's just not right now, and whatever reason they want you to kind of hold up, at least maybe for these next couple weeks. So that's what we have there for Taurus. Now, before we get into Libra, I do need a deck change again. This deck is done, as well as this one also done. And now we go over here, and the Oracle deck. Split them into thirds. Put it back together in a separate order. Satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot, and the cards are ready to run. Got to do that with this one too. Lost a card. Okay. All right, Libra. Libra, middle of the month. Let's see what we got. Pretty simpler themes here for Libra. First thing they show is a lot of the chaos is behind you. That's very, very good. This middle of the month is kind of either some kind of a reprieve from that. Things or maybe getting better. A little less busy and chaos and changes and all these things are just kind of settling down a little bit right here in the middle of the month. Basically, they show that the worst is behind you, whatever the worst is that they're describing. And as we move forward here for my Libras in the middle of the month, they talk about that you really hold the key here between two different areas of your life that you're always juggling. This is the juggling card. And in this deck specifically that they chose for me to use for you, they show that you hold the key here. So for example, for most people, this is home life, family, and work. For some of you, it could be health and finances pop in there too. But for most of you, it's home and work. But whatever these two areas of your life is that you are juggling, they're showing that you hold the key to this. So use that to empower yourself. It's a very strong thing. Like you can use this for, make this a very good thing. They just want to let you know to tread a little lightly, perhaps be gentle with yourself. Because in this deck that they chose, like I said, it shows the bird holding the key to these two areas. There's two keys. One key for each area. Now the keys are not actual keys. It's a key. It's like a pin to a grenade is what it is. So it's just telling you to be a little gentle here. Be a little, things are fragile. This is a little delicate of an operation here. So just tread very lightly. And like I said, be gentle to yourself and to others here in the middle of January. So there we go for Libra. Next up is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is next. Okay, we got a lot of blockages there I need to discard, and they want it all upright. So we will do that. Order must stay the same. Very important in tarot. Sagittarius, we start with good credit. This is a good money message coming in. Very good financials. This could also be a return on investment energetically toward people. Usually it's money, but I have to give you both definitions. This could also be just a return on investment. Getting things back. Getting the energy and the karma back from good things that you put out there. Also a good time to do anything with credit. Good time to move money if you're a Sagittarius. All that stuff fits very well. They show that a lot of you need to move forward with work here. We have work action coming in, going toward that good credit. So the two are very probably combined or affluent with each other quite a bit here. So if there's anything with your work corner, work, business, enterprise, area of study, retirement if you're of that age, collegiate courses, learning anything new, any of those things for you that you've been thinking about, moving toward the next step. They're calling for action here. Work action for Sagittarius. Very, very good things there. Regardless of kind of where you're at, you can really improve your work situation and also this good credit or even making more money. It could be Spirit's way of saying, get a raise. Good time to get a raise and go after it. We have the Tower card here. So this is a sudden change. And a lot of people read the Tower card as a negative thing because it's very much like breakup energy, just like a breakup would be between two people. It's just like one day it's here and then the next it's not. It doesn't mean that this is negative too. I don't read it that way. I read the Tower card as the energetic sudden collapse of something. Sometimes that sudden collapse is a good thing. It lets you rebuild something new, rebuild something better. So that very, very fast energy comes in here for my Sagittarius is here in the middle of the month. And not only that, but it is we have such promising messages before. It's almost like they want you to focus more on money and work right now. I don't know. There's nothing telling me that this is about love at all. So just to make that very, very clear that the energy is just very, very fast here for Sagittarius, middle of the month. As we move into Gemini, Gemini is next. All right, Gemini. Gemini, we have some blockages. I need to discard here, and that is going to be read the same way it is. They like that one, how it looks. All right, Gemini, the first piece of advice they need me to give you is to slow down. A lot of Geminis are going way too quickly right now, way too fast. You need to slow it down, tune it down a notch perhaps, just take a step back. Relax a little bit, take it easy. For some of you, they're showing the Lovers card, so this could be your home relationship that you need to slow down from. This could be your dating pursuits if you're single. Well, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but a lot of you really need to slow down in your love corner here specifically. And for the most part, they're usually talking about one person here, you and somebody else. And this could even be a close friend. Let's say you're spending every day with this friend and it's just like, it's almost like Spirit's like saying like too much. You need to spread yourself out. You need to see your other friends. You need to spend more time at home sometimes and do these other things. So that's kind of the energy is between two people here, and it's showing a blockage there. So I gave you the example like it's spending too much time together, but it could also be the opposite. You could be spending not enough time together with your loved one and really need to put energy into the relationship or with another person. Really kind of do one of the two things to get this love corner balanced out, because it's showing imbalance there. But since it was the slowdown energy, it makes me feel like a lot of you perhaps want something to happen too quickly, and that's why they're telling you to slow down, or at least to maybe use this time to think. The very last thing that they show here is an action in regards to love. This is an interesting message because we go from slow into take this action. So they really want you to get this right. Get the timing right. We really need this love thing to be turned around. There's a blockage there. There is something getting in the way, impeding it, barricading it. Otherwise, it would be turned the other way. And remember, we did a discard to give them the opportunity to do that, and they said no. So there's something in the way before that needs to get taken care of before you take this action. Let's say, for example, you're planning on moving your partner into your apartment with you. And, there's some stuff you got to work out first. You don't want to do it too fast. You got to make sure you're on the same page with where your future is going and, who's going to pay for what bills and stuff like that. So that's what they're showing here. They're showing that there's steps involved and that you just need to take this step before you take the next one. That's what they show. And as soon as you get that done, you guys are good to go. Spirit is basically saying, check mark. You guys are good with this love action, whatever it is for you. Of course, finding the context of that is going to be key. This is a general reading and it's always difficult to do those. So there we go for Gemini. Next up is Virgo, and we got a deck change. That deck is done. And this is going to be Virgo, Cancer, and Leo in this deck. There we go. Do the ritual cuts, put it back together in a separate order, and they're ready to go. So here we go for Virgo, middle of the month. Nice and simple themes for my Virgos. The first thing they bring up is the hoarder card. So it's actually saying it's not the time to keep your money in your things in. It's actually time to purge them out. It's time to let it go, just like a hoarder. It's almost like a sickness. I'm not saying you, but the energy of that. It's just like for people who are hoarders. They just hang on to stuff for too long. And that's the energy that you need to get out of right now. They're showing this needs to go. So I would open up either the spending or whatever it is that you've been hanging back on. Like, oh, maybe now is not the right time to do it. Spirit's saying it actually is fine. You can actually have permission to either spend here or to maybe even get rid of old stuff. Maybe you have something to sell or, repurpose. Very much those kind of energies come in here. We have the Six of Wands. This is a small success. Getting things in order for a purpose. For later, maybe for your February. Like I said, get it, whatever this is that you got to take care of. It's like a prerequisite. You get this stuff taken care of. You're starting to get things in order. For example, you have to sell a few things that are old antiques in your closet. You got to sell them. Then you're going to make some room and have a project go on that's going to take up that space. So very much getting things in order for a purpose. That's what we show here for Virgo, middle of the month. Also good energy there for Virgos. Came in very clean, no blockages at all. Next up is Cancer. Cancer, middle of the month. Big theme here for my Cancers. That's good to be read as is, but I need an oracle because it's so big. They start with talking about the Emperor card coming in blocked. Very, very difficult card to read in tarot, especially in general readings because it has a lot of definitions. It's the energy of, first of all, a very, very strong male figure coming in blocked. So this could be somebody who's not around anymore, something like that. But the energetic definition of the Emperor is much more taking great authority. It coming in blocked here is showing me that a lot of my Cancers have let something go. They really want you to be the boss here, Cancer, right here in the middle of the month. I call it very boss-like energy because that best describes the vibe of what this exudes. They really need you to step it up, and I'm not exactly sure where. It's going to be different is what I'm seeing based on the next two cards. We'll get to those in a second. It's going to be different for my different Cancers. So please try to figure out where they're going with this for you. Some of you may know right away what needs the attention, what needs the authority. For some of you, they're talking about family, siblings, loved ones, close family, not so distant. It could be kids for some of you, or it could be parents, depending on kind of where you're at, where they're at. But I see this come up a lot for siblings and close family members here. So there is some part of that that really needs that energy is coming in very, very strong there with needing authority. We have exchanging gifts. So moving things between people. This could be money. It could be inheritance. This could just be doing favors for each other, helping each other out. We also have the Queen of Wands here. So this is nurturing your work corner. Very, very good time to nurture your work corner for my Cancers, and that's your work enterprise area of study. Retirement, if you're of that age, doing something in there, even learning anything brand new. Because even when you're retired, that's what I tell people all the time, you still have a work corner. It's still there. It's just what the time that you used to put into your work, well, what do you do with that now? Do you do crafts? Do you do hobbies? Whatever it is. So that is coming in very strong here for nurturing your work corner. Good time to work on whatever it is that you do at work. Even if you just work a regular job, it needs the attention right now. It comes in showing that you do a great job of it. So they're applauding you at the same time. This middle of the month is going to require some more nurturing, some more work going on there. And that goes back to the authority and being the boss. They really want you to own this. Be accountable for it. That's what we show here for Cancer, middle of the month. And we're going to wrap up here with Leo. Leo is my last sign. Big theme for Leo. Very big. Okay, the first thing they bring up is the Hanged Man. So a lot of my Leos are extremely kind of hung up right now, or something, a situation, a circumstance is hung up. Just not a lot of movement right now for my Leos. Just kind of more stagnation. Things are just not moving around right here. This is a big theme, though. That's what they let me know when there's a major arcana card comes up. And we actually have two of them. We also have the Justice card. Lady Justice came in. So this can mean a couple different things. One of the things I have to warn you about is that this could be something legal coming in right here in the middle of your January. Bad time to speed if you drive a car. But it can also be good energy, legal things too. Let's say contracts, agreements, legal things, even court stuff. That comes in very strongly for the middle of January for a lot of my Leos. Now, let's say it's not that definition of that card. The other definition is karmic. So this is stuff coming back to you, Leos, that you put out there. This is your own good stuff coming back, and good karma, hopefully. Bad karma comes back also, but hopefully this is more on the good side. Now, we also have To Be Fair, which the woman in the card is holding the two different balances here, just like in the Lady Justice card. So this is almost like double justices here is what's coming in. And this brings up to be fair. So if there's any kind of contracts or negotiation is what it really feels like. This may be a more specific message for certain Leos, but being a general reading, I got to give it all to you. They want you to be fair here. Don't cut yourself too short. Don't cut the other people out short either. This has to be done very, very fairly. And they're kind of warning you about this, so you don't have any bad karma come in later because of this. So any part that you can control in the situation that I'm describing really needs to be fair to both parties. Now, the last thing that I end up here with my Leos is the second best card in the deck. It is wonderful. It's the Ten of Cups. This is my Disney World card. My Disneyland, good, fun, family, emotional health vibes. So that comes in very good. The issue is that in the deck that they chose to use for my Leos, this deck, because I always give them that option too, I use a lot of decks, this is the deck they wanted to use. And in this card, the Ten of Cups, this is a lower frequency version of the Ten of Cups. So this is saying that things are really just that good that I described. But to you, it feels like they're not, perhaps. Or maybe you wish something was different. Or maybe you thought things would be different by now. Or maybe, whatever this it probably goes back to the Hangman card that we started with. So whatever is hung up and not moving right now, you wish that this would have been different, or whatever they're talking about here. So it's a reminder to go back to the joy. The joy is good here. The family environment and the ambiance and just the good camaraderie, all that stuff is very good. So they want you to notice that in case you have missed it or overlooked it, because life does get busy. Let's be truthful here. Sometimes we take things for granted, and they're letting you know here, Leos, that this is very good here. So that is your crux, or that is what you should lean on, or definitely just make sure you take advantage of, because these energies come and go, and it's just a really great time for family right now. So that's where we wrap up for Leo. Thank you so much for joining me for all of the signs. Again, I'd like you to like and subscribe if you haven't. That way you'll see the future videos. Take care, and I will see you soon.